see. All right, guys, happy Thursday. This is our second mentorship call of the month, and we understand that last week was a little bit crazy, but I want to be honest and transparent. We build this business in the cracks of the day while raising our children as well. And so while it probably didn't end the way Jess wanted it to, I hope it gave you guys a very clear understanding that we put our leggings on the same exact way you guys do. And although sometimes when you meet us, you might get the highlight reel of social media, we are all just mamas who are working hard to take care of ourselves and raise our children and, take care of our family. And we are super passionate about building this business and feel incredibly blessed that we have the time freedom and flexibility to be able to take Thursday evenings and pour into you guys. For those of you guys that don't know me, because this is a new month, my name's Melissa Gallamay, and whether I am your immediate coach or your upline coach or somebody that is just partnering in this mentorship with Abby and Jessica, I'm grateful to be here with you guys. I got started on my journey 7.5 years, or a little over 7 years ago. I was watching a stranger on social media, so maybe you guys can relate to that as well. And I had no idea what this opportunity would turn into. All I knew was I was sick and tired of feeling like I was on a hamster wheel. I couldn't get results, or at least I thought I couldn't get results. It was like I would lose the same 5 pounds over and over again. I was working 40 to 65 hours a week. I had 14 people who reported directly to me. I had 2 small children in daycare while I was at work, and I was exhausted. My tank was completely depleted. And although my husband and I both worked full time and we made good money, by society standards, we were living paycheck to paycheck. And I just remember waking up and thinking, I can't keep up with this. Like, I had a pretty rough upbringing and then made some not so smart choices growing up, which led me to, where I was in life. And I felt like I was in a really good position based on the decisions that I had made pre-kids, but I knew that there had to be more to life than I was living. And I saw a stranger on social media. And after watching her for 13 months, I made the decision to join her. And long story short, after 13 or 15 months of keeping my head focused and just really keeping my head down and doing exactly what my coach said to do in trainings like this, I was able to replace my full-time income and walk away from my job, and have been home with my kids now I'm going into my 6th summer, which just seems crazy to even say that out loud, because it's such a blessing. It is such a blessing in my life. And while it's not been, completely uphill, just like any business, you're going to have some valleys and you're going to have some mountaintops. I've had a lot of really, really, really incredible things happen, especially like meeting you guys and connecting with, other women who have a vision and a mission that want more and want to learn how to take care of themselves and then empower others to do the exact same thing. So that's just a snippet of my story. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a highlight because I know we do have some brand new coaches who are going to be watching this and haven't had the opportunity to meet Abby or myself. And so I am going to toss over to Abby. And then tonight, we're going to be talking to you guys about basically the first step and milestone in your business, which is Emerald.
Yeah, and I know Jess can't be on tonight, so we'll have her introduce herself on the next call, but it's the beauty of collaboration. None of us are on the same team technically, but we're all elite leaders in this company, and we bring to you guys like different experiences, but the same heart. And so like Melissa, I've been a coach now for 5, almost 6 years, came from college higher education. Never thought I'd be doing this. And it was after I had my son where I really was like, oh my gosh, I love to work, but daycare is breaking my heart every day. Guys, I'm the biggest introvert. I never took a selfie before coaching. Like, the thought of that made me want to puke. I am not like I'm the last person who should be good at this. So I'm living proof that like I can do this and figure it out and learn. I promise that you guys can too. Fast forward, I was able to quit my full-time job 2.5 years into this business and have now been home with my kids the last 3. And it's just been insanity, but in the best way. And I'm so grateful for everything that coaching has done. And honestly, like Melissa said, it's just really being implementers of what you're learning. I think one of the biggest things as new coaches where you can sometimes feel stuck is you all of a sudden start to feel like you have to be the expert at everything and have the best presets and understand everything about the business and have a perfect new coach mentorship. And like, no, that's for number one. The beauty of being on a team is you have people to lean on and add to and all that, but you don't have to figure it out, but you do have to implement, because the only way to grow is to take action, and it's going to be messy, and sometimes it's going to feel hard, and sometimes honestly no one will like your post and no one will join your challenge group, and that's just, you have to keep failing forward because you start to learn. So I want to tell you, like, we have all been there. I still get told no all the time, right? I still have to work for Success Club. I still have to send the invites, and I still have posts that only like my sister likes, okay? That's very, very normal. So we want to empower you guys. And one of the most important things as business owners, because you are a business owner, is to really understand a vision. And that's why we want to talk about Emerald. With coaching, and I will, if it's okay, Melissa, I'll just kick us off here. With coaching, the beauty is it's your own business. You do not have to do anything, right? But if you want this to grow, understanding the framework that Beachbody has given us is going to really help you start to maximize the compensation plan. And I am all about time freedom. I don't know about you guys, but in this business, you can sell a lot of products and earn $500, or you can maximize the compensation plan and earn $500 and have it done in a quarter or half the time. And I know a lot of you guys are like us, where you're busy moms, you're maybe juggling working and kids and life, or any number of those combo of things. And so for you to really have the time freedom on that is really important. And so starting to understand, you can just, sorry, no, the cord's on the counter. Oh, my cord, I'm sorry. I was texting my husband recently. If you can understand the compensation plan, that is really the framework. And Emerald is step number one. And this is something that I encourage my new coaches to hit, honestly, in your first day. It's truly a decision. And what it does is it opens the door. So we're going to talk about that tonight. I'll share my screen here, but it's going to open the door to all of this. And honestly, I would give you guys if I can give you a piece of advice and encouragement, once you hit Emerald, you are an Emerald coach. Like, keep it forever. I don't care. We all have times where we drop rank or whatever happens as we build our business, but Emerald is a benchmark that honestly is very important to maintain. And so we want to talk to you guys about this, not to pressure you as new coaches, but to truly help you maximize the plan. I can plug it in later. The plan that you have. Okay. So this is why it's important. This is why we're talking about it tonight, so that you can be like, okay, what do it is? So first things first, it is your first goal. I like goals. I don't know about you guys. If you're like an Enneagram 3, like I know Melissa and I are, we're all about the goals. But even if you're not about the goals, there's recognition that comes with this. But it unlocks earning potential, which is residual income, meaning you get paid whether or not you sell a challenge pack. And the first few times that this happens, it's not going to be a lot. I'm going to shoot really straight with you guys. Like Melissa was saying earlier, the compensation plan, the way that it's set up, the longer you're in this company, the more your team grows, the better coach you are, the more this side gets maximized. But we want to open the door to it as quickly as possible. So now I cannot sell a challenge pack, and I make a pretty decent paycheck weekly. It wasn't like that at the beginning, but it was really nice to still get 14 extra bucks that week. I'll be honest, like, it was so good. So it also opens the lead program, where every single month there's people who don't sign up through a coach, right? They go on and get an infomercial or sign up online, and Beachbody divvies those people out to coaches. So I'm just going to talk about what it is, and then I'm going to have Melissa kind of take over how to get there. So you guys are all, and I know this might be confusing, I don't want you to be confused. You guys are all probably, most of you, maybe some of you are Emerald, most of you are sitting at coach, which is great. That's step one, okay? So you're an active coach, which means you have your 50 PV. Most of you have 90. That's what you need to hit Success Club. So you have your Shakeology, or you have your performance line, or whatever it is that you're using, okay? So that makes you active. Emerald is the very first level. Now, I would really encourage you guys, because I am, as my husband lovingly tells me, the worst at explaining this, the compensation plan. But in our back office, if you go into your coach online office to the training section, there are incredible training videos that are very short and very understandable, put out by Beachbody, where it starts to explain what your right leg is and left leg and cycles and all of that. I'd really encourage you to watch that. And if you have questions specifically on what yours looks like or where yours is at, reach out to your coach, to Melissa or Jessica or myself, and we can help you kind of look over this, okay? Because it can get confusing, but your goal is to go Emerald. It's just signing up one person on each of your legs. Don't get confused of what legs are, but as you sign up your first few customers, be sure that you're in contact with your coach so that we can help you make sure that you hit this, because there's a strategic way that you do it. Then your next big goal is Diamond, okay? This is, again, another huge step in unlocking the compensation plan. This is a great goal. It took me, to be totally transparent with you guys, 9 months to hit this as a new coach. I really encourage coaches, you can do this in 3 to 6 months. If you're hustling, that's I was a little bit slow. But definitely within the next 3 to 6 months, Diamond should be like laser focused goal. But for tonight, we're just talking about Emerald. And then there's all these other jewels. You don't have to worry about those right now. And so I'm just going to briefly go over this. And again, I would encourage you, because I do a bad job at this, to look at those training videos. But basically, you will have a strong leg and a weak leg. And as you start to create volume, what that means is as your coaches, whether they are coaches just doing it for the discount, kind of a VIP customer, or maybe a working coach under you, as they purchase products, as they help people, Beachbody says, hey, Melissa's doing an awesome job at this. We are going to reward her with a bonus. It's just like getting a raise at work. It's just like getting a bonus. Like if you're the leader of a team at work and you guys crush a project, it's just like getting a bonus for that. It's Beachbody recognizing that you are mentoring and producing volume under you. And so they reward you for that. That's all that it is. And it's a huge, huge blessing. And as this part of your business grows, this is really what becomes what you can budget off of. This is what becomes the bread and butter of your business. And it makes it so, so simple. So that was a lot. So I'm going to kind of turn it over here to Melissa. Let's see, Melissa, it's it's Success Club leads and customer leads, and then how to get to Emerald.
Yep. So first and foremost, guys, I want to just reiterate what Abby was just saying is Emerald is absolutely a decision. Literally, this shouldn't be something that you're setting for a month from now. This should be a goal that you are setting for a week from now, so that you wake up next Thursday and we are celebrating you and we are tagging Jess, Abby, and myself in it, and we can go and love on your guys' post, because it is literally just a decision. And it's something you can get done this week. I fully believe that. So with that being said, I want you guys, whether you are in Emerald currently and you're going to go Emerald again, because honestly, just like Abby was saying, those other gemstones like Ruby and Diamond, you're going to get there by going Emerald over and over again. So I want to know, when are you going to go Emerald again? Or when are you going to go Emerald for the first time? Put it in the chat and claim it now, because if you put it out there, that's how it's going to happen. I would also go one step further and say, put it on a Post-it note and put it somewhere where you're going to see it every single day and make that decision. Okay. So, okay. So how to qualify for customer leads. So what customer leads are is, because I am Emerald and higher and I earn Success Club 5 or higher, Beachbody gives me these free customers. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen like the infomercials or the site. People will go on there and they will sign themselves up without a coach. And so Beachbody will randomly assign them. Some of you guys might even be customer leads that were sent over to us. I know I get them, and I've actually had people go Diamond because of it. I have had people who never order anything, and then a year later they freaking order a challenge pack, and I wake up with extra Success Club points and commissions. And so you're going to qualify for these customer leads by being active yourself. So you just need your order each month. So if you're on Shakeology Home Direct or the Performance line, that's going to take care of it already. Just make sure you always have at least 50 PV. If you have to put a stop to it, reach out to your upline. We'll talk you through that. We know that life happens sometimes, right? Business service fees are paid. So that's the $15.95. Guys, Beachbody takes care of us so much. I think sometimes I'm like, $15.95 isn't a lot at all as a business owner. Just like Abby said, you are a business owner. And I know people can be like, well, I don't want to pay the $15.95 fee. again, that advertising that Beachbody's doing, they're covering things like that. They're taking care of all the shipping. They're taking care of sending your customers orders, all of those. Like, it's so inexpensive to run your business with Beachbody. And so looking at that, making sure your fee is taken care of. If you are military or your spouse is military, you can get that fee waived. Again, reach out to your upline and we'll talk with you guys about that. Being a paid rank of Emerald, that means you have one coach on your left and one coach on your right, and they're both active as well. And then achieve Success Club 5. Again, that's helping a minimum of 3 people either get started with challenge packs or the performance line on Home Direct or Shakeology on Home Direct, or a combination of 90 PV. Okay. So you can check more in the back office if you need more clarification on that as well. So how to qualify for Success Club leads continued. So be an active coach, business service fees are paid, Emerald rank or higher, and achieve Success Club 10 or higher. So this is where Beachbody is going to send you a customer who orders a challenge pack. Here's the thing though, on their first order, you do not earn volume or commission. It's on your second one. And so the thing that I always say is reach out to people. And I would just say something like this. Hey, Abby, it looks like you were assigned to me as a free customer lead. I'm super excited to connect with you and help you achieve your goals. My name's Melissa Gallamay. I'm a mom of 3 and on my own journey as well. I support women, or if it's a man, I support people on their journey. Is there a good way for us to connect? That's as simple as I do it. I also might go and look and say, Abby Burgess, and see if I can find her on some sort of social media. And I also try to send an email if I don't hear back, but text is literally the best way. And normally I just send a message and tell them exactly who I am. Hey, this is Melissa. I'm your free coach with Beachbody. I'd love to be able to connect with you. Okay. So making sure that you're trying to connect with them. And also don't get down on yourself because you absolutely will probably not hear back from everyone. A lot of times people just sign up and they never talk to anyone. Give you an example. I've had a customer for 5 years who is do not contact, who has never like nothing. But guess what? Every 3 months, she orders like 5 bags of Shakeology. So I get like a $300 commission off of her and tons of volume. It's super awesome, but I can't connect with her to get her a discount. Okay, so next slide is how to get there. So this is the super simple, easy part, guys. So this is getting your significant other signed up. So I'm going to use Katie as an example. I know that she has her husband signed up already. She needs one more coach and she'll become Emerald. So that could be her best friend. That could be her mom. That could be a sibling. That can be your coworker. That could be somebody who's just commenting on your stuff. But literally in the first week, so from now until next week, this is you saying, taking that inventory. Okay, I got to get them signed up. And if you got signed up anytime in January and you haven't used that $40 My BFF code, guess what? You can get them signed up for a discount. So you're going to get them, say you want to get them the 3-day refresh because you want to try that. You don't need another bot in the house. So you're going to get Shakeology, you're going to get the 3-day refresh. So it's another product. Or you want to do the performance line, whatever, you're going to get $40 off that order. So instead of it being 160, it's going to be 120. Okay. Next slide. Okay. So within the next 30 days, you want to go Emerald. Okay. And if you've been a coach for a while, I'm going to push you and I'm going to say this week. So you're going to offer the coach opportunity first. Discount is 25% to everyone and military discount. So here's how I lead into every conversation. Abby, I'm super excited to get you started. There's absolutely zero pressure in this, but I do want to let you know that I do have the ability to get you signed up as a VIP client or a discount coach, however you want to word it. But you can literally just say, you're going to get started the same exact way. It's going to cost you the same amount. However, it's going to save you massively. And Abby's pulling up a graphic just to show you guys the exact breakdown of how it is. And
I forgot that I was sharing. I'm like, ooh, I'll pull this up and drop it in.
Oh no, you're good. I saw something
in the chat.
I saw something in your thing.
Yeah, no, I have this in here. I will share this document. This is what I send to people, and it has
okay, perfect. Okay, there it is. So this will show you guys when people are like, well, what's the discount, right? And so customers are going to pay $130 for Shakeology. As a discount coach or a coach, a working coach, any type of coach, doesn't matter. You're going to get for $97. I know it's a little bit different in Oregon, like some states, the tax is a little bit different, but $97. And then you have your $15.95 coaching fee, which brings it to about 114 bucks. You still are saving about $22 with your discount. Okay. So people are going to get sticker shock and they're being like, I don't want to pay the $15.95. I don't want to do that. Guys, help them understand, give them a visual. Literally, if you Googled, you'd find a document like that, or message one of us and we'll get it to you. But who doesn't love a discount, right? I offer it to everyone when I get them signed up because it's simple, right? Even if you decide that you don't want to continue to order after this month, you have that option instead of me saying, okay, let's get you signed up now, and now you're going to have to pay an extra $40 and then ask for a refund. So I offer that to everyone in the beginning. And then again, if they are military or military spouse, they can get that 25% off, or 20%. Is it 25% off? Or I'm sorry, their coach fees waived. Their coach fees waived. So it's the $15.95. We will be having some changes coming up in May. I don't want to confuse you guys with it, but we have a different affiliate program for it, where customers will just have more access to discounts, but without the title of a coach. So it's called Preferred. So next slide.
Yeah, hold on. I'm like having,
No worries.
Here we go. Let's see. Just ignore me here. Okay, so here's some tips in those. And I just dropped that Google Doc in the chat for you guys. So you can look at it. That's my verbiage, change it if it's not something you would say, but it does have graphics in there that can help explain. And yeah, I'll let Melissa keep going.
Okay. So tips, look for people who are doing what you're doing, lead with the coach invite. And we call it the peanut butter and jelly invite, PBJ. So looking for people who are doing what you're doing. When we say that, we're not saying that people that are just working out or people who are, like all the same things you do. But I search hashtags, and I may have found you this way, is going and seeing Mom Life or Sober Mom, Moms in Recovery, Christian moms, sports moms. Like, I will go and see other people who are doing that. And then I'll start getting to know them through looking at their page, commenting on their stuff, because I genuinely want to connect with other people, because this has blessed my life so much. And I know what an incredible opportunity this is for other people when they lean into it. And again, I always lead with the coach opportunity because it's transformed my life so much. And who doesn't love a discount, right? I know not everybody's going to love it the same way I do. I know not everybody's going to do the exact same thing that I do, but I'm going to get to know people. I'm going to compliment them. I'm going to figure out if there's somebody that I do think about this a lot when I'm talking to people and inviting them to my team. Is this someone I would want to go away on a weekend with? Because if it's not, and you're not excited when you get to connect with these people, chances are you don't want them on your team, right? And that's not to be rude, but I've been in the business for a really long time, and you will figure out who's your people, because when you're talking to everyone, chances are you're not talking to anyone. So just being really genuine and making sure that you're making a personal connection with these people as you're inviting them. And then the next.
And I'll talk about invites, you guys. So I know invites are scary. And right now, just like Michaela said, don't overthink it. It's consistency. Here's the thing is, even if you signed up yesterday, you know more than the person you're talking to, right? You're just one day ahead. So like I said at the beginning, you don't have to be an expert at all of this. And there were plenty of situations when I was a new coach where I was like, hold that thought, and I'm like texting my coach, like, what do I say? But just be confident in the value that you have to offer. Be confident in what this has done. Your most powerful testimony is yours. And so when you're talking to people, like even when I'm sending out a share card, I just sent one out today for a discount coach, and I changed the email text and to stop saying from like, this is a great time to sign up as a Team Beach Buddy. I'm like, change it. And it's like, I am so freaking excited to do this with you. Like, because I am. And so be confident. So some example invites, and I would really encourage you you can screenshot these, you can use them, but make them your own. Because if you don't talk like this, it won't resonate. But an example, if I have a bunch of stories up and I make sure, today's not a good example because my Instagram was down for me. I don't know if it was weird for anyone else. It was wonky for me today. So my stories are not great. Every single day in my stories, I am talking about coaching. And I'm inviting to my challenge group, but every single day there is something about what I do as a coach in there. Because then when people are watching you, whether it's my current customers or maybe someone who's interested, it's clear that I have something to offer them. So it could be like, hey girl, thanks for the love on my post or watching my stories, wherever you're from. Putting myself out there isn't always easy, but I'm on a mission to, you fill in the blank of what you're super passionate about. Are you following me for faith, fitness, my sweet fam, or interested in learning more what I do as a coach? Now, honestly, 9 times out of 10, they're like, oh, I like following you for your family, or you're super motivating. You know, they're not saying sign me up as a coach, but it opens that door. And when I put that out there, they do start paying attention to what I'm doing. So this would be an invite that I could send to someone who was just watching my stories or maybe starting to like my posts, and a really great way to engage with them. And also know if they tell me that they really like to follow me for faith or fitness stuff, like I can know how to serve them better. Another one, hey, your feed is so inspiring. I think I just blew up your page. Like Melissa was just saying, giving them love, right? Giving what you want to have. When you sit there and you're like, because I know you do, because I'm not alone, where you're like, no one's liking my post and no one freaking comments and no one sends me messages, and you're just sitting there seeing, well, me. When was the last time you did that for someone else, right? When was the last time you gave more than you asked for? And it's just the same on social, just like it means so much when someone takes the time to leave you a genuine comment, that goes both ways. And so if you have someone that you're like, oh my gosh, I wish I could go on a girls' weekend with her. I would love to get to know her better. Go blow up their page, like their stuff, respond to their stories, and then send them a message like this. And you can word it differently, but don't be shy of extending the invite, because you never ever know what somebody needs. This is an example sign up wording. I just shared with you guys that document, but here's the deal. I was not invited to be a coach. I creeped on my coach for 3 months. If the girl who had initially signed me up as a customer 2 years prior would have invited me to coach, I would have said yes. I would have, and she never did. And I didn't know because she never posted about it. I didn't even know it was an opportunity until I creeped on my coach, Melanie, and she posted about it every single freaking day with joy and confidence. And I think she had so many followers, she probably didn't see me creeping on her. Otherwise, she would have sent me an invite. But there's a power to consistency and confidence. And so even if you're like, oh my gosh, I can't even talk about the business, I'm just trying to talk about fitness, still be bold and saying, okay, I'm going to sign you up with the discount. I'm going to sign you up with this discount. The other one is really great, is like, and I put it in the text that I gave you guys, is, hey, there's also an opportunity if you have a couple friends who want to jump in with you, you can get the commission from that. Boom, guess what? All of a sudden, they're like, oh, there's a way to pay for it. So Emerald is really important. And we gave you a bunch of examples tonight, but I really want to hit home that it opens the doors to compensation. And for me, if I scroll back to, and I can go in there for you guys tonight if you really want to see it. If I scroll back to 5 years ago in my back office at my paychecks, you'll see 0, 0, 0. I made $50. I hit Emeralds the next week. Then it was like $100, and 14 of that was this magical thing called Team Cycle bonus that came from being Emerald. And then that ramped up to $21. It was not big amounts, guys. These were not big amounts. $14 is like, okay, woohoo, there's a shirt at Target. But it's really started to compound to the point where, and I'm not saying this to be braggy, but I think it's important that you guys know the possibilities that now you can, 5 years in, it can be $1,000 a week of Team Cycle bonus and $200 of commissions. So I'm still selling products. I still have customers coming in. This isn't all from coaches, but I've worked with the Beachbody compensation plan in a way that's strategic. And that's what we're really passionate about helping you guys do, whether you want to quit your jobs, or maybe you're saving money to go on vacation, or maybe you just want to pay for groceries. It doesn't matter what your goal is, but understanding how to use this setup in a way that will help you attain those goals. And it's not going to be overnight. It really won't be. But if you can do this now, and if you can maintain that Emerald status where you continue to cycle, it's going to start snowballing. And that's why we talk about it early on as new coaches, not to pressure you, but to really help you get it. So that's all the slides. Melissa, do you have anything else I can stop sharing here? Or do you guys have
I'd love to know if you guys have any specific questions. Again, I think it's so important for you guys to understand that Abby, Jess, and myself, we all had a day one. We all had a week one. We all had to hit emerald. We all had to get to, diamond or ruby, whatever. And I just started over again because I opened up another business center, which once you hit certain ranks in the company, Beachbody allows you to open up additional, think of it as a franchise, like like a Starbucks, right? And so now I have 3 of myself in addition to my husband's account. So technically 4. And now I'm building that again. And I just hit emerald this week in it. And it's exciting because I know what the possibility is. But if you hold yourself back and you always overcomplicate it and you just start to think about the things of, well, that's good for her, but I could never do it. But how do you know that? Right? That reel where it's like, how do you know? How do you know you couldn't be good at this? Like, if you just go freaking try, I promise you, this opportunity could save someone's life. It might be yours, but wouldn't you want to pay that forward? Because I've been so transparent in sharing my story and how it's helped me along the way. It's allowed me to connect with other women who are hungry and searching for more. And I have that opportunity. And I firmly believe that this is such a gift, and it is our responsibility to continue to pay this forward and get out of your own head. Yes, you can absolutely watch this on replay. Get out of your own head and stop thinking that you're quote unquote annoying just because somebody doesn't respond to you. I watched my coach for 13 months before I did anything. Right? I have a girl who's one of the star diamonds on my team. She literally watched me for 13 months. Like, you never know when someone's going to be ready. And just really think about what this could do for you if you just did it. Like, peel back the fear, let go of the doubts and insecurities, and just try. And the easiest thing, like, think about who you would call if your favorite concert came into town and COVID didn't exist and you could go and have a whole ton of fun with your best girlfriend. Who would get that text? Go and invite them and say, hey, Marissa, I am going to do this Beachbody thing and I'm really freaking excited about it, but I need somebody who's going to maybe help me get there. And I know that you'll, show up every morning and press play with me, or every evening, whatever, and you'll give me honest feedback. Will you do this with me? Or, hey, babe, if it's your significant other, I just got off this call and they said I need to go for this rank, which is emerald. And I don't know, it sounds kind of crazy. And I know it's a little bit more money, but what if we just try? Right? It's like investing in real estate. And all I know is I didn't sign my spouse up right away. And it was probably one of the dumbest decisions I could have made as a business owner, because I didn't really look at myself as a business owner. I was, again, still looking for a quick fix. I didn't understand the potential that I had. I didn't understand that I really needed this community in my life and how deeply it was going to not only transform my health, but also impact every area of my life. And I love calls like this because it plants a seed of possibility. This could be you next year hosting your own call. This could be you in a couple months hosting your own call. Who am I to put timelines on that, right? So you don't have to wait for permission to be successful in this business. The coolest thing about this is that you could come in and blow it out of the water and far surpass Jess, Abby, or myself. And we believe in you and we're here with you every step of the way. But just really thinking about, sorry, I'm reading some of the comments. I'm having trouble getting my current coaches to buy products because they're afraid they won't like them. Do I give out samples? How can I help them? So the cool thing is Beachbody offers us lots of sample packs. So you could get something like a weekender kit and it's like $24 and you can get a beach bar, you can get some Energize, you can get some of our performance line. Bevy, I think, is in there, and they can try everything. I don't know if Bevy's in there. One of the things that I've done in the past is I've went on and I've purchased, there's the 6-pack of shakers. And then I've got a box of bars. I've got a box of Bevy. I've got a box of Energize. I've got a box of whatever samples they had, and a cute sticker from one of the girls on the team that makes them. And for $25, I sell them, right? So they get a cute shaker cup and they get to try samples of those things. So you're making an investment back. I also think you sometimes have to make money to spend money, but also helping them flip the script of what's the worst that could happen is
with that too, like I personally have been burned in the past by giving away samples. So I would not, I mean, unless you want to be like, I'll send a little sample, like Energize stick to new customers signing up, or maybe like a new coach is like a little welcome thing, but I don't give them like packets of Shakeology. But like Melissa said, you can go, there's 7-pack sampler kit of Shakeology. I think it's like $23. And as coaches, even if they're not working, they get that 25% discount. So you can say like, hey, go, if you're scared, like you don't want to try any flavor, great, go try the sample pack, Shakeology, the Weekender kit. And then the other thing that we didn't really get into on this call, but is super important, guys, is if you have a spouse account, like if your husband is signed up as a coach, or maybe you don't have a husband, but your mom is signed up with you, or your sister, you know, if you have an account that you can control, I send everything. Well, I mean, now I have more business centers like Melissa does, but when I was where you guys were at, I would order my Shakeology in my account. Anything else that I purchased, whether it was for myself or to use as a gift or anything, went through Ben's account. Because what happened with that is it got the 25% discount. But guess what happens is Ben is producing volume, which means Abby cycles. And remember, we've been talking, I know you don't maybe understand yet, but that residual cycle bonus. So if you're going to go buy some maybe Energize, like a packet of Energize, and you get the sticks so that you can send them out as a new customer welcome, or you want to do that little jar thing, make sure that you're strategically buying them in somewhere that's going to kind of help you double dip a little bit in a very legal way, which is awesome, which helps. So I also encourage you, like Maria, if you have girls where I like try to find their pain points. So if someone's telling me like, I really, really struggle with all my vegetables, like it's just such a, I can never get my green containers in or whatever. Be like, hey, have you tried Power Greens? Like, yeah, it tastes like drinking swamp water if you drink it by yourself. I'm not going to lie, you just chug it like a shot, or you can dump it in your shake and you really can't tell and you get a full serving of veggies. Or, you know, like we have so many other things that can help them, number one. Number two, it helps them if they're a working coach. And again, this would not work if they're just kind of a VIP customer, but if they're wanting to work the business, be like, hey, if you try this and talk about it in your stories, your customers are going to buy it because my customers buy what I use. So when I'm talking every single day in my stories, you see Energize, you see Shakeology, and you, I'd say like 4 out of 7 days see Performance Line in my stories, Beach Bars in my stories, Daily Sunshine in my stories. Guess what? When I go to sell a challenge pack, I almost always sell a deluxe challenge pack because my customers see me using the products daily and talking about them and why I love them. And so if you're using them, I guarantee they will use them more. But if they're using them, that's what kind of starts to breed. So talk about with them, you know, what are their pain points? What are their struggles? Are they really struggling with energy? And have they tried Energize yet? Right? Like, so I don't know, Maria, does that help? Feel free to unmute or chat in, or if you guys have other questions on this.
And I would say too, is sometimes people are really skeptical to try Energize because they've tried pre-workouts before and they're like, I can't do it. I always encourage people to try it because it is so much different than anything out on the market. And yes, you can absolutely, there's a
Shakeology sampler kit.
Yeah. And then there's also like 10 packs of Hydrate, 10 packs of Energizers.
And one thing, sorry, I'm going to interrupt your train of thought really super fast. Michaela, one thing that I will do is if someone buys from me just the regular challenge pack, like 160, whether it's Shakeology or the Performance Line, I always add into their cart either the Weekender kit or the Shakeology sampler. So like, let's say they get the Shakeology challenge pack. I always add in the Weekender kit to their cart. And in their email, I put in there like, hey, I added a sample pack of my faves. It's like my fave snack bar. You get to try my favorite pre-workout. Feel free to totally take this out of your cart, like zero pressure. You can just delete. But I figured it's always great to try it. And you're not before you commit to something else. 9 times out of 10, they leave it in there. Or vice versa, if it's a Shakeology sampler, like, hey, I know you're getting the Performance Line, but I wanted to add these in because you can use this for your breakfast this week. I know you said you're super, super busy, and it'll give you a chance to try it before you commit. Again, they can delete it. You can do the same with beach bars, guys. You can do the same with collagen, power, like anything, 3-day refresh. A lot of times it gets discounted when it gets added into your share cart. And don't be afraid to do that, because again, you're the expert, even if you don't feel like you are. You don't know what someone wants to pay. People will tell you they can't afford it and then go buy $400 worth of random crap at Target. So you don't feel like you can't offer something. They can take it out. You're not forcing them to order anything. But if you're at the point where you're at a share cart with them, don't be afraid to offer them more things that you know will help them. So that's one thing I do as well. I don't ask, I just do it. And I'm like, hey, feel free to take it out, but I wanted to add this in here for you. Sorry, keep continuing.
No, you're good. I want to give you guys back the rest of your evening. And if any additional questions come up, I'm loving the pod that we have. So please utilize that. Get to know one another in there. I mean, like I said in the beginning and throughout this call, I've made some of my best friends through this business that I never would have known without it. And we are super excited to connect with you guys again next week. I will be in Mexico, so I will not be on, but yeah, shout out that you're on this call tonight. Start talking about the business. This literally is just the best, guys. I promise you. It's so special when you lean into it. Put yourself in the middle of the bed and go get to freaking Emerald. All right, guys, have an amazing evening.
Add your coaches. And one thing, I just want to leave you guys a challenge, okay? Thursday is today. So next Wednesday, I want you, no pressure, but I want to shout you guys out as new Emerald. I'm going to be leading a call next week. So go Emerald again, or go Emerald, and let's have a massive party next Thursday. Okay. We're working towards it too. We do the same thing. So, all right. Yes, you can do it. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys.